Hey, thanks for tuning in, whether you are watching or listening. This is the Maryland Injury Attorney Podcast. I am your host and attorney, Joe with Bowers. We are here to cover a variety of topics involving injuries that happen within the state of Maryland. Thanks for joining us.
Today we are here to talk about damage to your vehicle, who's going to fix it, and what works with the money. Specifically, what we're talking about today is I used my insurance company to pay for the damage to the vehicle. Am I going to get my deductible back? Great question. So it's not that complicated in principle, and a lot of the stuff happens behind the scenes. Usually when we have an automobile accident, we're dealing with two parties, sometimes more, but all of them usually have two people involved, and each of them have an insurance company. Sometimes, for a variety of reasons, it's quicker to have your vehicle repaired, or if it's a total loss, paid out by your own insurance company. That way things get moving quicker. That way you get your car back quicker if it's going to be repaired. But oftentimes when we are dealing with our own insurance company, we deal with a deductible. And a deductible basically means money that we have to shell out first, and then the insurance company pays the rest. What determines a deductible? Well, it's determined at the time that you purchase your policy. In fact, you can raise the deductible to save money on an insurance policy, or you can spend more as far as your premium is concerned and have a lower deductible for when you have to use it. But if another party is at fault for the accident and that party is insured, eventually your insurance company will contact their insurance company and say, hey, we paid this, but you're at fault and you owe it. And the other insurance company will either say, hey, you're right, tell me what we owe, and they'll cut a check. That check will include your deductible. They may fight it and go to a process called arbitration. You won't have anything to do with that. That happens again behind the scenes. But if your insurance company is successful in proving that the other party was at fault, eventually, with no specific time frame, you'll get your money back. Now, oftentimes, our office or any attorney's office who's handling the injury portion of the claim have nothing to do with your deductible or getting it back. That is in between two insurance companies. In fact, some insurance companies, when we represent somebody for the injuries, send us a letter that specifically say, hey, we're going to get our money back. If you do anything in the courts, it better not include the damage to the vehicle or that deductible. So that is specifically the insurance company's request that we don't get involved in that process. There is a third situation that comes up. Sometimes that is the other driver of the other vehicle does not have insurance at all. That will be covered in more detail in an uninsured motorist video. But when it comes to the vehicle's deductible, your deductible in Maryland automatically converts to $250. So whether you had a $1,000 deductible or a $100 deductible, if it's an uninsured motorist claim, your deductible will be $250. So hopefully that answers questions that you might have about your vehicle's deductible in Maryland, what happens to it, and how and if you get it back.
So thanks for listening to the Maryland Injury Attorney Podcast, and be sure to subscribe so you can get all of our tips and hints on injuries throughout the state of Maryland and how to be prepared for them. Thank you.